Should you use a Chromebook with Windows? Let's find out. Now, a Chromebook with Windows actually runs pretty well. To be honest, I really hated Chrome OS, so I decided to put Windows on it. And you can see there's actually a light flashing here because it's turned off, but I don't know why it flashes anyways. But, I will have to preface this with a warning. If you do, I'm going to open this up. If you do, oh, it boots up when you open it. Nice. But if you do decide to install Windows on this thing, you gotta be pretty knowledgeable. I'm planning on doing a video. Someone else at my school is asking me to install Windows on their Chromebook. I haven't activated, by the way, that's why that's there. But, yeah, it will be able to detect the wireless. I think it detects automatically. It'll also detect the battery. I don't understand why it's not there, but it's actually supposed to be right here. Don't know where it went, but yeah, it will detect that stuff, and it will detect the graphics and stuff like that, like pretty much from the get-go. I will also be putting a link in the description of a website by someone named Coolstar. Now, they actually got the trackpad drivers on the computer. As you can see, my mouse is moving from the trackpad. The trackpad normally does not work. The built-in keyboard does on some models, so again, I'll be making a video on how to do this. Put Windows on a Chromebook. And yeah, another warning I gotta preface is that these top rows of keys were like escape and all this. None of these keys will do what they're supposed to do. I had to use some software, and I'll also be showing you how to do that. But yeah, you could see here, it runs perfectly fine pretty much. So, here's another warning. Like I already said, the top row keys won't work. I'll show you what I did to negate that. Because I did eventually get most of these keys working. This taskless key still doesn't work. I don't know how to fix that. I'll figure it out though. So I just need to type in my password here. Just give me a minute. As you can see, the computer, for whatever reason, it's turned. I'm going to readjust that. But as you can see, the computer is booted up. And you can see that clearly here. So you can see it works pretty much exactly the same as you'd expect. Let me close these. You can see all of this, there's all this stuff here, like brightness works, actually, it's quite a big range. Wi-Fi works, Bluetooth works as well. These actually worked just fine right from the, my dog just came in. So these actually work just fine from the get-go. Once I installed Windows, everything like that worked fine, except for the trackpad. I will be getting to that later. Everything works just fine. In fact, it's actually running at a better DPI because the display on this one's a lot better than some of the other models. But yeah, so could you run Windows on a Chromebook? I'm gonna open up the task manager just to show you something here. You can see if I open the performance, the CPU right here, it is 1.5 gigahertz, as you can see here. It's not the best, but it is definitely usable on Windows 10. It has 4 gigabytes of RAM, as you can see here. It has Kingston SSD in here, I think. But this is a big problem here. The capacity is 14.9 gigabytes. And no, you can't upgrade these, or at least in some models you can't. I don't know about this. Stop whining. It's my dog. So, as you can see here, my hard drive is literally almost full. I have only installed Google Chrome on here, and it is almost full. So, this is definitely not going to be good for you if you are not doing, if you're trying to have an actual decent laptop. Then this is not going to work, because someone who actually needs a decent laptop would have a lot more space than 3 gigabyte. So what you can do to negate this is I've turned on compression, and that's what that black box was. It was a little hack that I installed that removed the double arrows, but it kind of broke, so there's black boxes now on some of the things. So there's that. Now, I also used I also used a key binder here. Let me see. Chrome, can you open, please? Thank you, Chrome. So, let me see if I just type some things here. No, I don't want to type that. I'll just go to YouTube. So, as you can see here, I'm now in YouTube. As a computer for web browsing, it works just fine. There, Google, that worked. So, you can see here, I can search, it runs pretty much instantly. But, I'm actually going to move this a little closer here. If you see here, there are all these keys on the top. Now, the escape key worked right from the get-go, and same with the power button. But these keys did not function what they were supposed to do. In fact, I had to use a key binder. I will show you how to do that once I actually get my friend's Chromebook, so I can show you how to do that tutorial. Now, you can see now the volume keys do work. You can see that right in the corner there. And mute also works, as you can see. Brightness keys, I actually will put a program down in the description on my either this video. No, I don't. There. So either on this video or the tutorial video on how to let these brightness keys work. It is a lot more of a pain because the key binder I use to make the volume keys work does not support the brightness feature, so it's quite worse than... Why is my location showing up? Like, ugh. I'll just zoom in there. So you can see here, these things work, which is nice. Now, this full screen button will work as well. I have binded this to make the full screen functions work. That's a nice feature, I guess. I've also gotten these keys to work. The key binder utility did support these, like the refresh key, as you can see, worked. And typing in letters worked, or the back and forward keys also worked, as you just saw me fiddle with those. And this task list key, for whatever reason, doesn't work. I don't know what to bind that to or whatnot, but it just doesn't work anyways. So, just regardless, just to warn you guys about that. Now, could you use a Chromebook as a Windows PC? Yes, you could. In fact, I've been using this thing for a little bit, and it runs perfectly fine. Everything works. The only problem you'll probably have is activation, which is what I've had. I've had a lot of problems with activation. It actually recognized a product key, but it says, oh, I don't have a valid one. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't even put one in here, so I don't know where it got that product key from, but I've seen this one around. I think this is a default key, but you can see I can troubleshoot, obviously. I'm going to have to buy Windows 10 for this computer. But yeah, you might have problems with activation of it not being able to contact the server or whatever, like how if you try to install Windows 10 on an old Mac Mini, it'll work, but you can't really activate it in any way, so that's kind of annoying. Now, the search key also works right from the get-go as well. This little key here, that's a search key, not a caps lock. There's no caps lock on Chromebooks. I don't know why they didn't put that there, but yeah, there's no caps lock, so this is a search key. It actually just opens the start menu, but it acts as a search button, I guess, because you can just hit search and then type what you want. So, and yes, since this acts as a Windows key, search A will open up the will open up the Action Center. Search R will open up your Run dialog. So your search key will act as your Windows key unless you set it otherwise using key binding software. I might do that, although I'm not sure because I do use the Windows key a lot, so I'm probably not going to. Now, how does this thing fare up, let's say, with typing? Now, I'm just going to open WordPad here, because WordPad is more sophisticated than Notepad. So, you can see here, I can just type. This is I need this bigger. 36, there. So now you can see here, this is a test of the keyboard. So you can see, oops, now you can see the keyboard works just fine. All the keys pretty much work as intended, and you can see all the keys do what they're supposed to do. And you can see all the keys pretty much work, even the shift functions of them do. And you can see all the letters will work. So all your keys will work. It's just a little bit different on how some things will work. But yeah, you can see that runs perfectly fine on this Chromebook. So if you need to do any kind of word processing, that will be fine. Just make sure that your software is not like 4 gigabytes, because you're not going to be able to fit it on here. No, I don't want to save. Now, let me think here. What was I going to do next? Now, video editing, I have not actually tried on this computer. I'm assuming it would be able to do it just fine. But yeah, the camera also works. Here's the camera app here. And you can see, there I am. I'm on there. So if I back up where my phone is, you can see that this works just fine with the camera. The camera works just fine, like it works built in pretty much. So yeah, I definitely think that if you need a cheap laptop, you could use a Chromebook, as it's not very difficult to use. Now, like I said, I will be making another video on how to what was I gonna say? I will be making another video on how to actually put Windows on a Chromebook, as it is not the easiest thing to do. But once Windows is on here, it will run just fine. So, did you like what you saw? Then click the subscribe button down below and give it a like if you liked it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope this taught you something. Peace.